No, I think that James Comey was unfair to the people of this country. I think what he did was a disgrace. I think he goes down as the worst FBI director in history by far. There's nobody close. And I think I did the country a tremendous favor by firing him. If you take a look, when he totally exonerated her last, because I call it Comey 3. Comey 3. You had 1, 2, and then you had Comey 3. He totally exonerated her. And if anything you're saying is correct, what she did is they tried to pretend it didn't happen. I would have gone out there and I would have had the greatest news conference in history. They tried to pretend the exoneration didn't happen. Now, the exoneration wasn't correct because there's no way they could have checked that number of emails in just a few days. But if you remember, just before the election, he went out and he exonerated her and they didn't even talk about it. That was the greatest political mistake. Now, I think that the report yesterday, maybe more importantly than anything, it totally exonerates me. There was no collusion. There was no obstruction, and if you read the report, you'll see that. What you'll really see is you'll see bias against me and millions and tens of millions of my followers. That is really a disgrace. I call them the 13 angry Democrats. You have a tremendous animosity. Now, here's the good news. I did nothing wrong. There was no collusion. There was no obstruction. The IG report yesterday went a long way to show that. And I think that the Mueller investigation has been totally discredited. Because I don't want to see a nuclear weapon destroy you and your family. I want to have a good relationship with North Korea. I want to have a good relationship with many other countries. And what I've done, if you remember, if you're fair, which most of you aren't, but if you're fair, when I came in, people thought we were probably going to war with North Korea. If we did, quiet. If we did, millions of people would have been killed. I don't mean like, people saying 100,000. Seoul has 28 million people 30 miles off the border. You would have had 30, 40, 50 million people killed. Who knows what would have happened? I came in, that was what I inherited. I should have never inherited. That should have been solved long before I got there. I did a great job this weekend. The fake news said, oh, you met. The only thing they saw that I gave up. One broadcast said, he gave up so much. You know what I gave up? I met. We had great chemistry. He gave us a lot. You haven't had a missile test in 7 months. You haven't had a firing. You haven't had a nuclear test in 8.5 months. You haven't had missiles flying over Japan. He gave us the remains of our great heroes. I have had so many people begging me, parents and fathers, mothers, daughters, sons, wherever I went, could you please get the remains of my boy back? They're giving them back. Nobody thought that was possible. Wait, excuse me, wait. They're doing so much for us. And now we're well on our way to get denuclearization. And the agreement says there will be total denuclearization. Nobody wants to report that. So the only thing I did was I met. I got along with him great. He is great. We have a great chemistry together. That's a good thing, not a bad thing.